You want to get into PC gaming but you don't want to break the bank for it? Well, do not worry, because I got one of the best budget PCs they can buy that allow you to play games at 1080p, 60 FPS running on medium to high settings, and you'll be getting this deal all for a low price budget of $400. What's up, my fellow prodigies? ProdiJay here, just call me Jay, and today I'm showing off a great entry-level PC for about $400 new PC gamers. And this PC will be nice to anyone that wants to get into PC gaming at a good budget price and have the chance to upgrade on a later date. So without further ado, let's get into the build. And just for a disclaimer, I did not own all these items, but instead I researched every single item and look at the benchmarks for them, as I don't want to pick out parts at random like other people do, but I will be including the benchmarks for the PC at the end of the video. And just a quick side note, I will not be including the cost of Windows because this video is dedicated to the parts of the build, not the operating system. Now, starting off the build, we're going to be needing a budget-friendly CPU that provides us sense performance in games, which is why for this build I picked out the AMD Ryzen 3 2200G, which will save you back about $96 right now on Amazon. Now, a special thing about this processor is that it's an APU, which means that it acts as both a CPU and a GPU. And the reason I chose an APU instead of a graphics card is because most graphics cards are still expensive from the whole crypto mining thing, but you shouldn't underestimate this APU because this Ryzen chip has a base clock of 3.5 GHz, which can be clocked high if you plan on overclocking. Also, you will be cooling it with the included side cooler fan, and also this APU has 4 unlocked cores, which means that it will be good for multitasking and playing some AAA titles at 1080p, 60 FPS running on medium to high settings. Next up, I'm going to be needing a solid motherboard for this build, which is why I picked up the MSI Pro Series B350 motherboard, coming in at $70. Now, as usual, there isn't much to say about motherboards like this one, except that it can house future AM4 CPUs like Ryzen and such, and also this motherboard does come with multiple inputs such as HDMI port, 4 USB 3.0 ports, and more for your needs. And also this motherboard does come VR ready, so in the future, if you do plan on upgrading your PC for a new graphics card and a new CPU, this motherboard will be ready to run VR games. But overall, this motherboard is pretty good because it's going to get the job done, and it does support DDR4 3200MHz RAM. Which, speaking of RAM, we got 8GB of G-Skill RAM coming in at $109. Now, despite this RAM being very expensive, it's going to be a pretty good deal for this build, as you're getting 2 6 of 4GB of RAM that's clocked at 3200MHz, which, if you guys don't know already, RAM clocked at 3200MHz is very fast compared to other RAM speeds out there, which the fact that we got one of the fastest clocked RAM in a $400 PC build is just amazing. Plus, you will be able to dual channel with the 2 RAM sticks, making your PC go even faster, which this is very important since the only thing we're combining with this RAM is the APU, which itself is going to need the best performance to get. But in the end, this RAM will allow the PC to run much faster despite it lacking a GPU. Next up, we're going to be needing some storage for our games and any other files that you may want to save onto your PC, which is why I chose the Western Digital Blue 1TB hard drive, coming in at $44. Now, there isn't much to say about this hard drive besides that it's going to have all the storage that you need for installing games and such, because 1000 gigabytes is a lot of storage. It will probably be more than enough storage that you'll need, but that's okay because we would rather have more than enough storage than opposed to barely enough storage. Now, moving on, we're going to be needing a power supply to power up our PC, which is why I chose EVGA 450W power supply for $30, and this will be enough power for the APU and other parts of the build, especially since there's no GPU. Plus, this power supply is pretty reliable as it is made from EVGA and has an 80+ efficiency rating. And to top things off, if you're worried that the power supply will fail in some way, there's no need to worry as it does come with a 3-year warranty. So worst case scenario, if your power supply somehow stops working, you can easily get a replacement. And if you do plan on upgrading your PC later down the road, you'll be glad to know that this power supply will be able to supply enough energy to the build in most cases. And finally, for the PC case, I chose the Corsair Carbide Specco 1 mid-tower case, coming in at $50. Now, I would like to mention that I actually own this case for my PC, which I actually do like it a lot, especially since it does come with a glass side panel, so you can easily see all the PC parts inside of it. But this case is a pretty good deal as it does include a USB 3.0 and 2.0 port on the top of the case. But this case will be good for the long run as it does support enough room for water cooling, big graphics cards, and more. And the cable management with this case will be easy as there is plenty of room to loop cables behind the back and such, and if you're worried about cooling this big PC, there's no need to worry because this case can hold up to 5 fans if you plan on buying more, but you will only be provided with 1 pre-installed fan, which in my opinion, it's good enough for the build because the PC won't be undergoing heavy overclocking, and plus, we don't need to worry about cooling a graphics card. And finally, if you do plan on buying this PC case, you can choose between the red or the blue version. And now if we add up the prices from all these parts, it's going to total to about $399 before tax, just under $400. And looking back through all these parts, this is actually going to be a really good deal for a cheap PC, as you'll be getting some nice performance at 1080p, 60 FPS for most games on medium to high settings. And I was able to find some good benchmark videos that would simulate on how the PC would run for some games like Fallout 4, Overwatch, Paladins, Fortnite, and best of all, Minecraft, which if you guys want to, I will leave the links to all the benchmarks forth in the description down below so you guys can see more of the results with your own eyes. But I will make a disclaimer that not all the benchmarks are going to be the exact same specs as this PC, as some of the benchmarks are shown with stock performance while others are shown with overclock performance. But in the end, the benchmarks are going to be very similar to how the PC will actually perform, which the best part about these PC builds is that there's always going to be room to upgrade certain parts and add more to the build. And before I end off the video, I do want to mention that since the PC parts are from Amazon, the prices are always subject to change and certain products may run low in stock depending on the time and date. So I would recommend getting whatever items you want as fast as possible before the prices or stock changes for the worst. But I think that's going to wrap it up. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but if you guys can, drop a like if you want to see more videos like this in the future, as I do plan on making more PC builds, and go follow me on Twitter if you want to see me post channel updates and I'll be posting my next video because I do like to tweet out daily. Also, if you guys can, comment down below what you think of the PC and tell me what you like or dislike about it and what parts you would change if given the chance, because I want to hear you guys have to say, and because I do love responding to everyone's comments. But anyways, thanks for watching and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Now subscribe for more quality content in the future, and like always, stay classy.